Hi guys, Skivicon here with a Let's Play of Enviro-Bear 2000. If you've been watching this channel with any sort of regularity, you'll know that I like to play serious games. Well, you've seen Alpha Centauri, Gods Will Be Watching, Receiver, and today's Enviro-Bear 2000 is no different. Let me tell you, I'm no environmentalist myself, but this game has really made me rethink my position on many issues because of the difficult questions it brings up. Well, that's probably good enough for an intro. We've got here on the screen Enviro-Bear 2000, Operation Hibernation, good subtitle, Eat Fish and Berries to Fatten Up, Winter Arrives in 5 minutes. Already we see a bit of the commentary where the social and environmental commentary, that is, that this game tries to address, like the importance of climate change, how that affects the North American bear population. But without any further rambling, I'm going to push click to drive so we can begin. So here we are in our car. The goal, as the previous screen said, was to get fish and berries, and we're in luck, as we already have a fish here. Let's try to eat this guy. Done. As you can see, we've got an empty full meter on the car. That does not refer to the gas tank, but rather our stomach. You see, it's quite difficult for bears to eat enough before they go into hibernation, which makes for quite a lot of intriguing issues that this game addresses. Let's see if we can get these berries. Oh yeah, those look like some nice berries. Another berry bush up ahead. Let's jam these in our mouth, as bears are wont to do. Excellent work. These strawberries are great for bears. Accidentally hit the brake there. You can tell that this game takes place in North America rather than elsewhere, because our protagonist bear is driving automatic. That does make things quite a lot easier. European nations should really rethink their driving tests. I suppose that's not European nations in general, but Poland, I believe, you're only able to get your license if you pass the test on manual. So, governments should really reconsider things like that when they pass laws relating to getting driver's licenses, as bears have difficulty driving manual, what with their only having one arm. Here we go, year number 2. The fish have been overfished. Eat berries to fatten up. You can see here the fish and has been crossed out just to really drill into our minds the damage that we've wrought and what overfishing can do to an environment. Once again, winter arrives in 5 minutes. Let's get driving. Oh, and immediately we're hit by another bear. You see, not only do fish become harder to find when resources become drained, but so too does everyone become more desperate. Oh god, a badger. Get out of there, badger. That badger just ate up all our berries. That's not a berry, that's a clock. I just threw it out. We don't know how much time we have left. All too often we throw out the things we need, the things that give us information. Without information on when winter will come, what is our hero to do? All we can do is try our hardest and hope for the best. There is a pond in the distance there. So here we've got a tragedy of the commons situation. We don't want to overfish, but at the same time, there are fish there, and if we don't do it, isn't it likely that someone else will? And apparently we've been beaten to it. You guys saw there how, well, no fish in the pond. The scary thing, too, is how we've been hit in traffic collisions twice. So, as I was saying earlier before I got interrupted by that badger, not only does economic hardship make it harder to make a living, but at the same time, it makes everyone more desperate, it makes society start to fall apart at the seams, and I don't know, I think it's beautiful that we have games like this that can really show us the ill effects of situations like this. Going to go ahead and roar. You can do that by right-clicking. This is very useful for if you want to hear a bear roar, which is a good feature, and I'm a little bit disappointed that more games don't include anything like that. Yes, we found fish. Again, this is that tragedy of the commons. We don't want to fish, but if we don't, then someone else will, so it might as well be us. And there we go. We have made it through a second year, but we feel famished. Hunger is a serious problem that affects many people and bears throughout the world. Thankfully, the fish population has resurged, but this game makes you consider difficult questions like, even if fish is plentiful, will that be enough for every bear? I suppose we have no way to find out other than giving Year 3 a shot. Let's put that pedal to the metal and rip through these ponds. Oh, that's a tiny fish. This fish won't help us at all. Let's kick it into reverse and try to get to some more ponds. There's one up ahead there, but we have to be careful not to hit this tree stump. It's when you hit non-food objects that you get, say, pine cones, badgers falling into your car. This game also teaches you the importance of keeping your car clean, too. It can be a lot harder to think when you have fish skeletons flying about. And I'm not sure what it's like in other countries, but around here at least, driver education really doesn't put enough emphasis on the importance of keeping fish skeletons out of your car, and a lot of wrecks could probably be avoided if young kids on the street knew about that. It's about a fourth of the way to winter, but we've also eaten about half the food we need, so things are looking good so far. Let's try these ponds. Hopefully they're not just the same ones we've been to before. Oh, these fish look beautiful. Oh, I thought for certain we'd get that pond, but apparently not. But it's already time to hibernate, so we're good. Let's just reverse out until we hopefully see a cave. I think we humans could learn a lot from the noble bear and how they are willing to share their caves with one another in times of need. Could probably solve a lot of issues relating to the homeless struggle if humans had the same noble spirit that bears do. Now we're moving on to year 4. Our car is a turbo, which, like everything in life, both bear-related and not bear-related, is a trade-off. Like, yes, maybe it's a good thing that we can hit higher speeds, but at the same time it'll be more difficult for us to control our steering, and maybe we'll just lose track of our momentum and find ourselves somewhere where we didn't want us to be. So it's in ways like this that this game contains beautiful metaphors for life itself. By the way, you guys might have noticed winter arrives in 4 minutes. Our lack of caring and humanity's hubris is what leads to climate change like this, which, even if we ourselves might not notice any major difference, the bears have an entire minute less with which to find food to hibernate with. Let's see if our hero manages. Wearing a fur hat in this year too, which is good. It's important that even in terrible situations like this, where the ecology is getting out of control, competition between bears becomes fierce, and we can do nothing to really stem the tide of ecological damage, other than radical shifts in how we think about our relationship to nature, that everyone still has a hobby or something to make themselves happy. That is, after all, an important part of being human, or being a bear, one of the two. Now the tables have turned, and it is us that have rammed another bear. We'd really much rather not, but in desperate situations like this, can you really go against all your millions of years of evolutionary instincts and just the fact that above anything else you need to stay alive? I don't think I could, and this bear can't either. We've got a badger in the car, but we're crazy. We're just gonna leave it in here. Sometimes it's difficult to ignore crime, but when we're desperate to get to a cave and hibernate, what else is there that we can do? Alright, now we're on year 5. It's a full moon, and the badgers are restless. It's still frozen out there, so not only do we have to worry about other species that show no empathy towards bear kind. That's a very chilling but effective way for this game to address racism. But ecological damage has also degraded our home to the point where our car will skid. And as bears aren't familiar with tire chains due to the lack of government education programs to really try to make the world safe for bears, this is not a good situation to be in at all. But as ever, there's only one way to end up ahead in life, and that is to keep charging forward. So let's click to drive and get to hibernation. We see a pond, which is good. And we managed to hit neither the pond nor the bush. Let's reverse out and give it another shot. No fish, but at least we have some berries. It's easy to think of fish as something that rich bears eat while poor bears are stuck with berries, but it's also critical to note, and I think this game makes it very clear that there is an advantage to berries in that they are more environmentally friendly, I suppose, in the sense that fish leave behind a skeleton, and we all have to struggle to think of what to do with the skeleton, how we can get rid of it. This leads to all sorts of landfills and similar nasty stuff, but those bears who are more in tune with their heart and who can eat vegetarian diets really just make the world a better place for everyone. I'm a meat eater myself, of course, but this game is the one thing that's ever really made me reconsider that and consider becoming a vegetarian. Just because of that fish, berry, skeleton revelation. So, again, life-changing stuff. On year 6, things are getting even worse for our hero as winter arrives in only 3 minutes. It's really sad to think about how we've seen firsthand all the turmoil that environmental damage has caused. But the ones behind it, industry, regulators, transportation. You guys might have heard about how much smog all the big transport ships, commercial transport ships cause. Well, they're not seeing any of it. Only the ones who are affected most, the bears, really understand the tragedy that's coming to be. But let's click to drive and hope for the best. I don't even see food at all. Oh no, there are some ponds off to the side there. So, even if you think there is no hope, just remember there is always a pond, and always a bush. And sometimes you'll find a pond that has nothing in it. But that's fine, because the next pond might have the biggest fish you've ever seen. So it's important to just stay positive and never lose sight of your goal. I think that's a lesson that we can all learn. And it's great that there are so many socially aware games like this one that can really just drive hard-hitting points like that home. Check out this big-ass fish, damn! Look at the talent of the noble bear. Even at the same time he drives, his mouth is independent and he can continue to eat. It's time to hibernate. The skeletons are looking a bit too big to get out of our car. But sometimes it happens and you just have to go with the flow. Nope, 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 nope. Badger, get out. Oh cool, we did get the skeleton out. Let's hope that bear lets us through. He did. We have a safe way to get to our cave. Whew, and we made it. Now, year 7 is coming up. Our car is a turbo, so we already know what that means. But the Badgers are restless, so we're going to have to watch out for obstacles. Again, things get more and more difficult for bears, but pollution never lets up. We still have only 3 minutes, so I don't know. It's easy to think, I don't know, when you litter or something, yeah, this isn't doing much. I mean, it's just one piece of litter. But things just don't get reversed. Winter always comes sooner and sooner for bears, and each challenge that you throw in their way is just that, another challenge to overcome. It's not as though they ever catch a break, so please consider that before you harm the bears. Oh hey, we've got sick horns on our car now. Good stuff. Again, that's the sort of attitude that we can all learn something from, even as life gets hard for our bear. He still finds something to take pride in. For some bears, that can be their car. For other bears, maybe some other hobby, chess. Maybe some bears really try their hardest to make their marriages work out for them, and you just have beautiful results. So, really, no matter how hard situations get, if you give yourself something to do, and just look on the bright side, everything works out. Again, it's hard not to learn something from the noble bear, and we can all really learn a lot from this game. I wholeheartedly recommend that everyone watching this give the game a shot, because it can change your life, as it changed mine. It's time to hibernate. Let's do this. There was a cave there we missed. But, you know, sometimes, like, if any of you guys have ever been pickpocketed $10 or something, the amount of effort it'll take to get it back could be the same amount of effort that would net you 10 times that money on work. So you just really have to consider what's important. Maybe you lose a cave, but you make peace with that. You can leave that cave behind, knowing that with much less effort on your part, you could just get a new one. There's a lot of wisdom to that sort of thinking, and our bear hero has really gathered that same epiphany. If only we could all be so wise, huh? Anyway, we're up to year 8 now. We feel famished. Let's eat some fish and berries. But winter arrives in only 2 minutes now. Things, as ever, only get more difficult. Still got those nice horns on our car, which is good. Let's eat these fish. Got some rocks in our car. One rock. But it doesn't matter. The only things that matter are the things that you believe matter. And if you can make peace with the fact that you have a rock in your car, well, that's a beautiful thing. Sometimes you'll even try to solve another problem, like getting a fish skeleton out of your car. And you'll see that gets the rock out of your car too. So, ultimately, just don't let your problems get to you, and you'll find that they fix themselves in time. Let's get this last fish, I imagine. We're almost full, but winter's nearly here. Yes, it's time to hibernate. Bees. We've made it, just as the clock was in the red. Your car is a turbo. The forest looks overgrown. That's another environmental issue that is all too often overlooked. You guys might have heard about this, but well, you know the expression, the road to hell is paved with good intentions? That can be true when it comes to the environment as well. Humans, sometimes we think we know what's best, rather than simply not causing problems and letting nature sort itself out. We step in and try to muscle our way into a solution. Like the way that we'd always put out forest fires in some areas, which because of that you just have too many trees and it throws off the entire ecological balance when you have so many small trees taking up all of the resources, and you're just setting this cycle where you have to stop more and more fires in the future, because if the dry grass never burns, it just builds up more and more over time. So you need to have the courage to accept that, yes, there will be a forest fire, and yes, it's a part of nature. But as you can see here, the forest looks overgrown. So, once again, hubris just leads to problems for bears. But let's click to drive and see what happens. Let's move up. And we're going. Not a fish in sight. But we have berries. That badger just sort of forced itself out of the car. So, sometimes good things happen. But at the same time, you need to realize that you can't just hope all your problems work out. Sometimes you do need to take action, and that's what we just did there with forcing that badger out of our car. Now we're in luck. Fish are abound. Let's get this next one. And put the pedal to the metal. There's a bush and a pond right ahead. We missed the bush, but we may yet be able to get the pond. Fish are small, but we need to make do. If only we could eat the bees. You know, bugs are a very good source of nutrition that sadly we don't have the wisdom to understand are actually a good source of nutrition. Many people just don't eat them. And because of that, just like our bear, we die in the snow alone. Game over. Well, I hope you enjoyed that Let's Play of Enviro-Bear 2000, and I hope that it really made you think, because it really made me think. So, thank you. And, please, next time you're just out and about doing something in life, spare a thought for the plight of the bears. They deserve it.